What the Hasmeen, episode 2.
What's up, everybody?
Hello, everyone.
How y'all doing?
Hate
This
you.
episode is called What Your Friends Do Though.
What we do though?
And we're going to talk about friendships, and I don't know if my mic is on. Is it on? Yeah. Okay. We're going to talk about friendships, and we're also going to talk about kink sex.
Girl,
Versus
favorite subject. Hello.
Vanilla
Hello.
sex. Meaning
Well, yeah.
regular, like crazy ass sex versus just regular ass. You my man
Plain
or my
vanilla
woman.
sex.
Missionary.
Getting it in.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna start off by asking you guys, what have you been up to? What have you been up to?
I have been all over the place. I just got back from California for traveling for work.
Hey, Kelly in the house. You better watch your
West
mouth.
Side.
Mind you, we're all
Hey.
from California. All of us.
Yes, Cali in the house. Southern Cali.
Hey.
Let's be specific. Hey, girl.
So what's been going on?
I mean, honestly, I just been trying to figure out my role and what I'm doing at work. I'm at a point in a place where I don't like my job and I'm tied to a contract. So
What do you do?
I'm a chef in a
Oh, okay.
hospital setting, though, so it's not all
Okay.
it's cracked up to be. But to be completely honest, I'm just trying to figure out the why of things. I'm in
Yeah.
this weird transitional phase for myself where it's either I continue doing what I'm doing or I find a completely different path because my mental and my spirit are like moving me too much in a different direction.
Girl, love.
You got to be
So.
connected.
That's what I've been going through this week, this month,
Girl.
these couple of months.
Valerie, Miss Val, what
Girl.
have you been up to?
I mean, I'm not gonna say work because that's just work. It's just a normal thing. But I'm in a full-fledged relationship.
Hey.
Full-fledged, okay? Full-fledged.
Not
And so
man,
I'm gonna go
boyfriend.
see him this weekend. So I've been kind of like
Yes.
planning, making sure I'm groomed, get my hair done,
Oh,
all
yeah.
that.
Get
So
the
I've been
coochie
trying
Get
to
that
like,
coochie snatch.
okay, she ready. She ready.
She bought it ready.
So I've been like peeping game, kind of sliding in hints, like, what we doing? Are we going out? How should I dress?
Do you have
Should I
plans?
come? Right.
Because I'm coming through.
I'm coming through, so I need you to be prepared.
All of
Wait
that.
a minute.
So be prepared.
I'm sorry, did I cut you off?
No. Go for it.
Have y'all seen? So me and Valerie, I was doing her hair. Check out this color and this bounce and this trim.
Yes,
Hey,
everything.
poppin'.
Yes.
Poppin'.
But
Thank
we
you.
were like searching through like Amazon to watch, like figure out what we could watch. Have y'all seen? Well, have you seen that Fenty Beauty fashion?
Oh my
Oh my God.
gosh.
Rihanna is a complete.
She can get
genius
it.
for The way that she
She can
bodies
get
the
it for
culture
sure.
In a fashion show.
Yeah, it was amazing, and those looks were like giving me everything.
Everything.
Like, I wanted everything.
Like when it was all black, I love black. We're gonna be black as fuck.
Or
That's
we're gonna
exactly
be black,
what it
or we're
was.
gonna be fat. We're gonna be skinny. We're gonna be all
Right.
these different
Have
things.
roles,
We're gonna be
like
All of it.
everything, every spectrum.
Yeah.
Like I loved it, and the entertainment was on fire. I was like, Rihanna.
She did that. She over here on
Okay.
her mobile shit. She ain't worried about the
Okay.
music. She worried about this business.
She ain't
But
worried
I
about
bet you
no
she's gonna hit us with
nigga.
a fire ass album out of
Oh, you
nowhere.
already know she gonna come out of nowhere with it because she's
I can't
tired of
wait.
us asking.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I like her. She can get it again.
What have I been up to? Oh my god, I don't even know. Like really, just figuring out. Same thing. Like figuring out what I want to do with work. I'm in school. That's going.
Is it going good?
It's going.
Okay. All right.
Getting
That's all
this
that
master's
matters.
Degree,
Yes.
Trying to like get this show together and like pop in and just like feed my dreams as well as like make sure that I'm getting a paycheck every month. I only get paid once a month too.
Like,
Yes.
you
Man,
Yeah.
The government actually
man.
gets paid twice a month on the 1st and the 15th.
We get paid once
Once
a month.
a month is bogus.
Yeah.
Strategy like a
shit.
motherfucker.
So just really just trying to figure it out. 30
Just trying
years
to be
old
adult.
now.
Yeah,
Trying to be-
adulting
I'm
in
like
here.
grown as fuck now.
Yes, you
we
are.
are in a whole new decade.
Yes.
Yo, that's so weird. Like literally, maybe like 5 years ago, I was wilding, low key wilding.
Shit, not even
But
5
now I'm
years
like
ago.
my hips. I'm tired. I need a nap before
No,
I
like,
go
naps
out.
are mandatory before
Like,
you go out.
before tonight, I was like, I need a nap
Y'all
or a
should've
Red Bull.
seen-
I'm just saying.
Nap or a Red Bull.
Nap or Red
Y'all
Bull,
should have
honestly.
seen me and Brittany. So of course it's Howard homecoming weekend.
HU.
You know.
And you know, I was like serving a look or whatever. I had on these boots that had like a cool little heel, like a chunky heel or whatever. Y'all should have seen me, Brittany and Donald, in the alumni pavilion across from where all the children were, sitting our
Where all
asses
the children.
down, having a good time. I'm like, have I gotten
Look.
to that place where I'm
Look.
like in the alumni pavilion where I'm not amongst the children and I'm sitting my ass
Yes.
down?
Absolutely.
I was so comfortable. Like,
Yes.
You're
my-
like, where is the seat? I'm
Yeah.
not
Where is
standing.
the seat?
I'm not
I've been
standing.
turning up for a very long time. I'm trying to sit and turn.
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Where's
I
my
need to-
seat? I gotta sit my ass down. Okay, so let's just get into the episode. So,
Yes.
like I said before, this episode is titled "What Your Friends Do Know," and I just have a question for you, ladies.
Yes.
And this is like, I don't. It's not clearly defined amongst everyone. So I kind of want to hear from you guys what defines a friend to you. Like, what is
That's
a
deep.
friend?
I feel like when I think of my friends, I think of someone who's loyal, who's not going to sugarcoat things, who's going to give me the truth for the betterment of myself, right? So it's not like you're just going to say things just to be malicious and evil, but you're also going to uplift me and make sure I'm going down the right path and I'm not fucking up.
Yep.
But you're going to love me through it. And then you're loyal. You know, you're my ride or die. Sometimes, you know, dependent. But that's how I define friends. And it's not easy to find that.
No.
I mean,
definitely
loyalty, period. That's not easy. So, I don't know.
I mean, friendship honestly is literally, can you be my mama, my auntie, my grandmother, my sister,
All the things.
my boyfriend, my protector, my nigga, all things, all in one person.
You're everything
You know.
to me.
You're everything.
I love
But
how we try to
literally,
sing.
that's exactly what it is. Because with friendship, you have so many different assets to you as a person and so many different sides of you that you're learning to grow in becoming. And that person has to be
Yeah.
comfortable with all of that, with
Yeah.
no shade, no judgment, no nothing, and still loves you despite everything else that may not be perfect.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so crazy how, like, you know, like kind of the older we're getting, that definition of a friend is evolving and changing. I remember at one point, and I'm like a friendly ass person. Like, people like to be my friend, and I remember at one point having so many friends.
Yeah.
And now I can count on, okay, maybe one in like a half a hand.
She
How
got a
many
whole half a
actual
hand.
friends that I have?
Look, you got more than I do.
When I used to
Right.
have, but I used to have so many, like, that I considered like actual friends.
What was the, like, transition or, like, the breaking point for those friends?
Coming to Howard,
Okay,
HU.
so the
coming to Howard, leaving California.
yeah. So
Definitely.
one part of that is me leaving from California, but even the friends that I met and made at Howard,
Mm-hmm.
I came here. I was much older than a lot of
Yeah,
them. You
yeah.
know, we were still like living in the same dorms and things like that. But I got here when I was like 22. And they were still like, some of them were still teenagers, and I was like kind of like the mama. Like their mama was like their, you know, the person who could like tell them right from wrong and those kind of things. But
Give them advice.
yeah, and we evolved into friends. And even I noticed, you know, as I was like getting older, even while I was still in school, a lot of those relationships were severed because we, of course, weren't into the same things anymore
Yeah.
because, or we didn't speak the same language anymore because I was so much older than them. So a lot of that has fizzled off as well. Still, like, love them to death, but like I would not consider them as like friends.
Do
right
they
now.
ever be like, Jasmine, like, you changed, or like what happened?
That
with our
did
friends?
happen, and you know what? It
What'd you do?
happened. It was so crazy because when my boyfriend moved out here, that happened with some of my other friends.
Oh,
and
so
I
they thought it was the boyfriend that kind of did.
Or it was just me being grown. Like I bought a house. I was like had a man, like my dogs, and like like a full-time job, responsibilities. You know, I'm not just like running to the club every weekend or like turning up every other day. Like I have these things that I'm doing now. Like I'm, you know, I've been grown, but like now I'm grown. You know, so it was like another level of maturity that I guess it hadn't reached yet. So that made things a little bit weird and awkward. And it was a lot of like situations that were kind of like unspoken issues. Like, and I didn't even know I had problems with people. And people had like whole ass issues with me. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, we just haven't talked. I don't even know what's going on. So yeah, it was a lot of that. Weird, right? But to me, I think that just comes with a level of maturity. Like now, like if I have an issue with either of y'all bitches, I'm gonna be like, excuse me.
Excuse me.
I didn't like it when you did this, or I didn't like it when you
Can we
said
talk?
that. Can we talk it through?
Can we talk about this?
Because we're grown.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go back to somebody else and you know Valerie said, or you know Aaron said, without, or maybe if I do, it'll be like, how do you think I should approach the situation, as opposed to just like, well, I don't fuck with her because blah 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 blah, and not like getting to the core of the issue.
Do you guys ever feel guilty because you've had these long-term relationships or friendships and they no longer exist?
I mean, I kind of do. Like, I have, so
Uh-oh.
Jasmine is my bestest friend in the world. And we have known each other since fourth grade. Yes. And so I ended up getting another best friend in college. And we were so close, so bonded to the point where for me it was too much. Sometimes I'm like, damn, you my whole nigga. Like, if you don't see
that's
me,
what you
you
said.
don't see her.
You defined that.
Right. You know, and it got to a point where once I like moved out of California, you know, like our interests just kind of like went a total different way. You know, the things that she was stuck on or what she was doing or, you know, whatnot, that didn't interest me anymore because I'm like, I live on the East Coast now. Yeah. I got to worry about other problems which you don't have to worry about, you know, and we're not speaking to each other every day. So then, you know, time passes to the point where you feel like, damn, like you used to be my best friend. Like you knew everything about me. Now we're strangers.
Do you kind of feel like that had a little bit to do with like codependency?
Definitely.
Oh.
Codependency
on
is
her
not,
part or
yes,
your part? Okay.
Definitely, because I'm not a codependent person. I'm very independent when it comes to like relationships, and that's like anywhere from friendships on down.
She's a Virgo.
And
hey girl.
be like
they hardly fuck with other people.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for me it was like a form of clinginess because I don't do clinginess in relationships. I feel like you're kind of smothering me a little bit. Like I need my independent space, and that codependency added to it. And so once I moved out of state,
there was
it
no
wasn't
longer,
that cord to hold you together.
Yeah.
So
Oof.
with that being said, do you feel like that it's an actual like best friend friendship? Right? Like there's levels of friendship. Do you consider that person still your best friend? No. You don't have to answer on this podcast.
Can I interject? I think that we oftentimes have soulmates.
Yes.
And a lot of times it's
Agreed.
like we can go into like metaphysical shit, but like old soul contracts or like these soul ties that you have with these individuals for whatever reason that brings you back together either in each lifetime or like until whatever unfinished business that you've had with that person is finished. And I feel like the situation that she's talking about, it was definitely a lesson for both of them in what actual friendship is, because it was like when it was all in your face, it was like this. But as soon as there was like a little bit of space, because remember when she moved from even the same city, even when there's like a little bit of space, things like slowly but surely began to dwindle. Whereas we've been friends and lived across the country from each other, and it like never skipped a beat.
Ever.
Not that we have to speak every day.
Right.
But when we do, it's like
no time is lost.
If she moves somewhere, I'm going to see her. If I'm somewhere, she's coming to see me. Like, there's no question about that.
Exactly.
Absolutely no question about that.
That's love. I love that.
Aaron lives in DC now. I do. I'm an honorary DC resident.
Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like friendships and soul ties and codependency can like be very similar in certain ways
Have
if
you
they're not
even, like,
defined correctly.
Yeah. What's the definition of like? Can I have a best friend who's not my soul sister or my soul tie? Like I don't
think
know.
so.
Can,
I don't
because
think
you
so.
literally are giving every part of yourself
Yeah.
to this person.
It's a relationship.
It's
Yeah.
a whole relationship.
A whole relationship, man. My best friend. Sometimes I'm like, I shouldn't tell you shit because you've been so tied together, ride or
Yep.
die, like the good, the bad, the ugly, and so when we come together, it's like it's just joy, love, nonstop.
Yes,
But then it's like, I hate you. Like when I went to go see her like a month ago, I swear I was there for like 3 days and I was like, I got to go.
Mhm.
Okay, you are getting on my nerves. I don't know how you living. I got to go. But as soon as I go home, I'm like, hey girl, what you doing?
What
We
you doing?
FaceTiming for 5 hours. Like
all of it.
none of us are doing work. We just on FaceTime.
Yeah.
So
Right.
like I enjoy that and I understand like our friendship is not just a best friendship. It is like a tie.
It's
like
a
you can't get
actual
rid of
relationship.
me. Like
Definitely, and
any
it
part
takes
of
a
it.
lot
Yeah.
to sever that. It's not just like the basic things that like surface relationships that they go through, but it really takes some real things to go through. Like you have to go through things with your best friend.
Mhm.
You gotta go through levels.
I can't call nobody my best friend if we ain't never been through nothing together.
Right.
Like if we ain't never even just sat and cried and hugged.
Right.
Like to me, that's like mandatory.
But you
Right.
ain't if you ain't
Curse
been
each
on a
other
mission
out.
with me,
mm-hmm.
right?
Look.
Missions.
Look.
Oh my God, let's not
It's
even
going
talk
down.
about
Oh my
the
god.
okay.
The
Let's
level
Is there a
of
story?
missions
Can we
I
tell the
have had
story?
her on.
I want to hear a
The
story.
level of missions.
I'm
maybe
just saying.
maybe we'll have a
should hear
story
a
time
story.
episode. We have so many. Just know that between her and Brittany, I've just been like sitting somewhere rolling my goddamn eyes.
All of it. All
Really?
Of it.
Yeah.
All,
Both of them.
especially me.
Both of them.
Especially
I
me.
feel like you got to give us a story.
Yes. I love and miss you,
At some
Brittany.
point.
We love you.
We love you, Brittany.
We love you too, Brittany.
Yes.
I have two friends named Brittany. Okay, so we kind of like talked about like what it means to be a friend and what it means to be a best friend. Let's go into what you do when a close friend and yourself are growing apart. I can start. I have a friend who is very, very near and dear to my heart. However, these words about to come out of my mouth.
Girl,
I don't-
tell it. Honesty hour.
Come
I
on
don't
now.
fuck with her.
Why?
But I love her to the core. Like I want everything beautiful for her. I want her to succeed. I want her to be the best person that she could be. But as a person and as like from what she's shown me and her level of like we've talked about loyalty and consideration and those types of things for me in our friendship, I just can't bring myself to give my time and energy to that. And I know that like with me and friends, I go hard for anybody that I love. I go hard as fuck. Like I will give you whatever it is that I have. But to me in that situation, it just kind of feels like one-sided and it kind of feels like she's a taker.
Do you feel like you've matured in a way that she hasn't yet?
Which is the reason why you're feeling this way.
I don't think so. I don't think
No.
she's ignorant
Is she
to the
from
things
Cali?
that she does. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think that she's ignorant to the things that she does.
Try
I think
to-
she's just
Freak. Hold on, please.
I think she's just selfish.
Really?
Yes.
But have you ever experienced this
Consciously?
selfish friend?
Me?
I know you have.
Oh.
Oh,
have
like herself?
you? Yes.
Have you ever dealt with a taker?
Man. I feel like I dealt with that with family. Oof. I guess that's a little
Ooh, that's
different.
a whole nother.
Right? Like, I feel like that's a different episode.
Yeah.
But with friends, I don't know if it's a taker. No, yes, because they will call me every time they need something, when they need to be heard, when they need advice, when they need me to talk them off the ledge, or they need comfort, they need that ride or die. But it's been 8 years. You haven't visited me in D.C.
Or when you need something, you can't. You know that you
I'm just
can't
saying.
call them and get that same thing.
Exactly.
That you
Because
get.
that's
Exactly.
how I feel. I've been on the East Coast almost 4 years and not one trip.
Yeah.
But how many times have I been home?
Okay.
And how
But
many
you-
times
they're
have you been
expecting
to the
you to come see
club?
them.
How many
Exactly.
times have you?
Yeah, that's a whole
come
nother-
on. This is the podcast.
Yeah, like how
Out.
many times if you are going to invest in your friendships, you have to make sure that you're giving as well as receiving.
Exactly.
You can't just be taking.
Yeah, I feel like why does society put more emphasis on like giving 100% to a spouse or like a partner or romantic relationship versus like platonic
friendships.
Well,
Exactly.
we can just go into Black women relationships in general.
Because those are levels in
Let's
and of itself.
Married to Medicine and the Loves and the Hip Hops and the Black Ink Crews.
The Housewives.
All these women pretend to be friends. They're not friends, and then they portray this.
At
and
all.
I've seen groups of women who actually behave that way with each
And
other.
don't fuck with each other at all.
I'm like, do you not
on
know that
no
this shit
level.
is scripted and these bitches are getting paid
Exactly.
All of
hundreds
it.
of thousands
At
of dollars
least
to
you are
act like
getting
this?
a bag. You're not
Right,
getting a bag.
right.
They're getting bags. Why
Get
are you
the
acting
money
like
at
this?
least if you're gonna do that. Why?
I mean,
So like with this relationship that I'm talking about, I really, really do hope that me and her are able to get to a place to where we can kind of reconcile and move forward.
Mhm.
But I just don't know if I can do that right now. I just feel like I don't even know how the conversation would go. Like I've tried and it just kind of turns into a pity party, and I'm just like, look, I just need you to listen and I need you to understand. Like I don't know if she would be willing to receive me the way that I need her to receive me. Like I don't know if she would
Yeah,
be
if she's like open and
open
ready.
to what I have to
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
Like I'm gonna tell you about yourself.
Agreed.
100%, and that is going to hurt your feelings. And I don't know. Like I don't know.
Do you feel like she holds your relationship in the same regard as you do?
I think so. I know she loves me as well, and she also cares. But I think that
Is she
it's out
jealous?
of obligation because no, I don't think she's jealous. I think it's out of
'Cause, I
obligation
mean, you're doing your
because we've
thing.
known each other for so long, and so like that's the second like part of this question is like how do you sever those ties? How do you move forward from those relationships with friends that no longer serve you? They just it's like I love you, I want you to be happy, I want you to like flourish, I want everything good for you, but I just do not feel like we need to keep trying to like make this friendship work. It's like being in a relationship with somebody just because you guys have been together for so long.
Right. I'm not getting down like that.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like, so I have a friend that I grew up with in Cali, and she came out here for Howard, all that jazz, and I moved out here initially and stayed with her. Mind you, we've known each other since we were like 6. Families know each other. We grew up in church. So I know her. When we got here, it was a hot mess. Like, I told her, I was like, this is my first time living with somebody, so please, like, tell me if I'm doing something that you don't like, and we could talk it through, whatever. But she would just always talk to her family about stuff that I was doing. I had no idea I was doing that. But then she would be nitpicky about, like, food in the refrigerator. So, anyways, stuff like that. And so it caused me to, like, be like, I'm out. I'm going to get my own place, whatever. Right. But at that point, I was like, we are no longer in the same place in life. We are no longer like the same friends who used to play Barbie dolls all the time and ice skate with roller skates. You know, like, I'm okay with that. And I literally had to tell myself, I am okay with this.
Yeah.
And I cannot let the guilt of, like, knowing her for so long, our families knowing each other for so long, us growing up in church, be the reason why we have this, like, phony-ass friendship.
And I feel like that's kind of the same thing that I'm going through. I feel like it's because we've known each other so long and because we have so many mutual friends that it's like we kind of have to be friends. And I don't fuck with that shit. Like, it's not, it don't work. It don't work.
I'm too
I can't
old.
go nowhere with you because you're going to get on my motherfucking nerves. Like, I cannot. Like, we just don't do the same shit. Like, we don't mesh well anymore. And it's okay.
Like,
please come to my funeral. I will go to yours. You can come to my wedding or a baby shower or something. But, like, I don't want to have to spend that intimate
we don't have
time.
to, like, vibe all the time, go out, hang out, whatever.
I'm dead.
I'm
I'm
putting you in a
dead
bad place.
because I'm over here like I know who the person is.
Oh no.
And I don't want to put you in a bad place. This is none of Aaron's views. This is just mine. And I just like had to get this shit off my chest because it's been so hard for me, you know, because I love this girl.
Yeah.
And I've just been like battling with the fact that we just do not gel anymore. We can keep fighting about it. We can keep trying. It just is not working.
So why are you not being like, it is not working, I am going to walk away from it?
I have, but I don't think that it.
Not in so many words, though.
Yeah, I haven't just always, been like, hell no.
It's always been like.
It's been like a type situation.
Is that on your
part?
My heart
was, she broke my heart. Aww. She hurt me.
Yeah.
Aww. And this was like after like I had already been feeling this way and I let her back in and I let her like back in wholeheartedly and she hurt me. And so now I'm just like, I still love you, but I just don't feel like it deserves my energy and my level of friendship because I know I have so much to give to my friend.
Does she understand like the level of hurt that she's given you?
She's apologized for it, but I don't think she really understands the impact that it's had on me. And I just don't know if I forgive her, but I just don't know if I can look at the situation the same.
That's fair. I don't know. Maybe it's the Aries in me. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'm done. Like,
I'm done.
I lost your number. I'm sorry. Like, I don't talk to you. I'm not going to pretend. I'm not going to be phony, and it's okay. Like,
I'm totally not that.
Jay's definitely not that.
I will fight to the death. Like, to
has
the
people in
end.
her life that I cannot fucking stand. And I'm like, how swayed?
I'm extremely loyal until I'm not. And when I'm not, it's hard for me. It's really, really hard for me to process that because it's like but I love them, but I want them to be my friend. But then I was like, I have to grow up and I have to realize that certain things are for me, certain things aren't for me anymore.
And that's people too, not just like areas in your life, but that's people too.
Yeah,
girl.
The struggle.
Chuck up them deuces. It is okay. I've done it, and I have made my peace. Okay, Jesus. Look.
Thank you, Jesus.
I'm out.
And I think that also kind of ties into like soul ties. How do you guys feel about soul ties?
I feel like soul ties are some real shit.
Yeah, me
it's
too.
Either good or bad. And then there's various forms of soul ties.
Yeah.
You know, there's the platonic friendship soul ties. There's the sexual soul ties that people don't like to talk about.
Yes.
I remember.
But that dick, though.
That dick, though. It's
like, Valerie, he was trash. He didn't treat you right. But that dick.
But that dick, though. I remember doing this ritual. It was crazy because I was like super duper churchy at the moment. But I've always been a little bit witchy and like ritualing and doing all kind of shit. Where I was like, I filled up the bathtub and like I take spiritual baths all the time, but this was before I even knew like that's what I was supposed to be doing. I just knew that like I felt like this dude was like stuck to my vagina. Like I felt like I could smell him, and I hadn't had sex with him in like weeks. I felt like I could like smell him. I felt like I could still feel him. I was like thinking about that shit at night. I got in the bathtub. I poured like a whole, the big ass bottles of vinegar. I poured like the whole fucking bottle of vinegar in there. Girl, I put salt in that bitch. I'm surprised I didn't end up with a yeast infection. But I like put all kind of like purifying shit in that bathtub, girl. Put my fingers all the way up my vagina. I was like, God, please remove this spirit of this man, of this penis out of me.
Yes.
And I never saw him again.
Because these niggas so here for it. These niggas be getting stuck, and it's just like, bro, like, why am I still thinking about your ancient ass?
But it works though.
Because it works. It works.
I have never
when
ever
I tell
thought
you
about
I was
that.
squatting like this in that bathtub.
All of it. All of it. Get all of that shit.
Get out of me, you demon man.
Oh my God.
Because these niggas be demons from the pits of hell.
That voodoo dick.
That voodoo dick. That's what
Oh,
that
that's
shit is.
happy dying. Oh my god.
Shout out to Cocktails. Cocktails is one of like my favorite podcasts, and one of the girls is like this guy that she usually could not stop fucking with, and she calls him Voodoo Dick. But that shit is real.
It's real, cause I've
Oh my
definitely dealt with
gosh.
niggas that, bitch, I need you to stop fucking with him, but his dick is too good.
Yeah.
He's turning things inside of me that I have not felt. And I just need it one more time.
Yes.
But
yeah.
been feeling, you just feel like the dirty
Like
whore
shit,
afterwards.
once that
As
nigga
soon
is
as it's
done,
done.
as
Fuck.
soon.
Fuck, you can't
Like,
leave.
again?
Can I leave? I know it's
Let
my
me
house.
leave out my own
Can I
house.
leave?
Cause I can't right now that I just did this shit
Go ahead
again.
and leave.
What you about to do?
Right.
Right,
I got this Uber for
I
you,
just
okay?
forgot that something had to happen, but I got this Uber for you.
Right.
Have you ever called an Uber for a nigga?
I
haven't.
have.
You have?
Yeah, like, nigga, you gotta go.
Can we hand clap that?
Because I've also
Yes.
had another dick appointment right
Boy, you got about 15 minutes to get up out of here.
Get yourself cleaned
Yo.
up, ready to go, because I need to
Get that
wipe this
whole
pussy
bath.
off. I gotta
Get
get
that
ready
whole
real quick,
bath.
and I gotta go.
Get that whole bath in.
Whole
Be
bath
like, look,
in.
I got another one.
I love hoe baths.
Whole baths are good.
look, when you got another one rolling
When
through.
you got another one
yes,
rolling
they are
through.
good. They are sufficient.
No, that's when you need to be putting the vinegar in the goddamn
Right,
bathroom
wipe all that shit out.
and wiping that other man out.
All
For your
that
ass be
shit.
confused.
All of it.
You be waking up in the middle of the night in hot sweats, confused about whose dick you worried about.
Like,
Have you ever had a guy like kick you out after you were like doing it?
I've never been kicked out.
nonchalantly, I have.
Like what you about to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I was like, nigga, I just gave you some good ass pussy. What you mean? What am I about to? I'm about to lay my ass down and wait for round two.
right. What you mean?
That's never happened to me. That would crush my fucking ego.
I was feeling. I had to block this
I gotta
nigga
think about
on
it
my
now.
Uber ride. Like, I'm done. I can't.
Were you really feeling him like that
Jeez.
I kind of was, but we were fucking around for a minute though, like off and on.
though? Okay.
But then that nigga did that shit, and I'm like, nigga.
Nah. like we're not doing that no more.
My ego would be crushed.
Yeah. Dang.
Well, I think this is a good segue into our second segment of the show, which is vanilla sex versus kink sex.
Oh, that's
So-
the kind of-
This came up because we went to Vegas early September,
For
September,
my 30th birthday.
for Aaron's 30th
Hey,
birthday.
happy birthday.
We had a fucking
Late.
ball. When I tell you
When
it was
I-
so fun. We had so much
Nigga,
fun.
I even posted a twerk video, and I don't post no damn twerk video.
Like on the Instagram?
on the gram.
You did.
Okay.
Show me.
I got you.
I want to see.
I got you.
So we had so much fun, and it was like we didn't even spend that much money. We didn't
Nah,
even
not
get
at
too
all.
That is
drunk.
the good Vegas. When you can like have the
Exactly.
best time. And I feel like as Californians, we know.
We know
You
that.
know how to like
because we used to fuck with Vegas like
all the time.
Yeah.
You go like 4 times a year.
Yeah.
So you know the hot spots.
Yeah.
all of it.
all the
We met
promoters,
some
everything.
really, really cool people. It was,
Yes.
I don't know, it was like a really, really good time.
How many
I definitely
people
had like 3 boyfriends.
How many people did we meet?
like that came with you that was in the
Oh,
group?
so it was me, Aaron, our friend Kristen, and her friend Portia, who's also now our friend.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're like in the medical field as well. So we're
Shout
all,
out to
like,
the
kind
black
of in the medical
doctors
field.
in the
Hey.
building.
Hey,
Hey,
professional.
So it was a really, 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 really good time, and yeah.
How did you get into this subject though?
Okay, so we were leaving this Mexican food restaurant. Oh, what is that shit called?
Oh shit.
It was fire. However, we
Fire.
were all on the toilet by the end of the day.
The bubble guts like a motherfucker.
Everybody
Cheeks was burning.
burning.
Oh my god.
burning.
That's how you know you have some authentic Mexican.
That's how you know you're real friends. You like, look, I don't even care. We ain't got no
Nah,
spray. We just
nah.
gonna go ahead and tag team. Okay, when I'm done, you go in.
I gotta go again. and again.
You might not want to go in there for another 15.
Shit.
And again.
Okay.
I don't want to go in there about 35, 45 minutes.
Right.
35.
Okay, yeah, but so we were in the Uber on our way back from the Mexican food place, and I don't even. These bitches were talking about fucking dudes or whatever. So they're in the back seat talking about, and I'm trying to get my ass ate. I'm trying to eat somebody else's ass.
Because I love getting my ass ate.
Something fingers in somebody's dick, and I'm trying to be hanging off of motherfucking chandeliers, and I'm trying to be upside down. And I was like, listen.
The vanilla.
Y'all bitches need to learn how to appreciate some regular ass dick at some point in your life, because when you get, and I was the only person there who was in a full-time, like a very serious relationship.
Mind you, we're in a lift and this man is listening to our conversation.
He's probably dying.
He loved it though. He was like,
loved
"You
it.
guys need to record this." And I'm like, "We're going to."
We are.
But I was the only one in the car who, like, besides the driver, who was in a long-term relationship, and he was like, and they're like, no, because that's when a relationship is dead, and that shit is boring and but missionary. And I'm like, look, I understand, like, you want to be doing the most, you want to be flipping off of some shit, you want to pull out a motherfucking dildo out your ass and wrap that shit around his neck and do all kind of crazy shit. Like, I get it, you know. However, when you're in a relationship and you're in a long-term relationship,
Lord,
sometimes you just
remember
want...
I just started, so I need to know what I'm looking for.
Girl, he better get ready, because she's like ready to pull off the straw. But that's cool because it's new.
Yes.
But when you're in a relationship, you have to learn how to appreciate regular ass.
But why though?
Because
That's what I'm saying. Because I
For
like that good long stroke you till I just don't even know what the fuck to say or think.
Like, I low-key want you to choke me enough where I
All
don't
day.
necessarily pass out, but it's
right,
okay
I'm
if I
like
did
in
for a
between.
second. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm in the in
I'm
between
not.
where that tingle is like, wait, I need that consistently.
Right.
Like,
but you guys are talking about fucking. You guys are not necessarily talking about love
Making
making
love.
and connecting.
I mean, that's
can
the
you
dick
make love
too.
and like still be kinky?
Yes,
You
I
can.
think you can.
All right. Y'all not getting what I'm saying. And this is the same thing that happened while we was in the damn car. You have to learn how to appreciate getting some regular ass dick that's still bomb. I'm not saying that it's not bomb. It's still bomb. It's still sexy. You can still get choked a little bit.
Okay.
But sex to where you can roll your ass over and go to sleep and get up and do what the fuck you need to do the next day.
I mean, that's
So-
also
And not
Okay,
be
maybe-
walking crazy and hurting and like, because you're not,
You need to
I
clarify.
don't want that shit every day. I personally would not get anything done. I would just be wanting to fuck all the time. And I would also be crazy as shit because I would be I'm already possessive. I would be extremely
She's like, you know how you held my
possessive.
leg last night? You ain't going nowhere.
nigga,
okay.
you ain't going nowhere.
And then I kind of feel like unless you're a part of that community, so like the kink community or like the BDSM or like
Right.
that's what you do, that's your lifestyle, by all means, like I understand that. But if you somewhat desensitize yourself. Like, have you ever just been like single for a long time or just like not fucking for a long time and using a vibrator way too much to where when you got some actual head,
You like, what is this?
when you got some actual head, it wasn't
What is
good.
that?
Or it was weird.
No, it what I'm like,
Or it took you forever.
that
It took
head is
forever,
not
yeah.
even good. Like,
And it probably is good, but it's because you're fucking
because
annihilating your clitoris.
my
I'm
fucking
curious.
dildo. Whew,
You're what?
my dildo is being used.
I love it.
Too much.
Yes. Yes.
And that's fine.
Yes.
Don't stop
It's
using
fine.
it.
Oh no, definitely not at all. But I definitely do feel desensitized when I do get some real head or when I do get some real dick.
Or when you
And
get a
it's like-
trash ass nigga, you like, fuck you. I'm gonna
Right,
take care of
like, I'm
myself.
wasting
Okay.
shit.
I ain't got time for
I
this.
ain't got time.
I'm
A
taking care of
good way
myself.
to kind of like resensitize yourself is to start using your fingers because it takes a little bit more time. You have to be
Yes.
patient. You have to like feel your clitoris as opposed to like.
Right.
And then
Put out
Like,
one
like,
spot.
Yeah.
Don't move. Don't move. Don't move.
then you in the bed
But-
sleep.
Knocked out.
Got
Knock
your
yourself
nightcap.
out.
Nightcap.
I guess I don't understand how you can have vanilla sex and still be kinky though. I feel like
You can have vanilla
Vanilla
sex
is
and
like-
put a little something on.
a little striptease.
Yeah, that's.
I feel like that's not vanilla.
Yes, it is.
That is definitely
Is that vanilla?
That's definitely
like a little teddy, like, hey baby, I'm trying to be sexy for you, is regular sex to me. These bitches. Okay, give me
Okay,
something.
maybe give me some kinky stuff.
Give us an example of the shit you be doing on the regular, and then explain
On
that
the
to
regular,
her,
though.
and then she'll kind of get where I'm gauging the conversation from.
Okay, I won't say that I can't out myself like that.
Yes, you can. This is the podcast.
Okay.
You gotta be open.
I am open. I don't give a fuck. Okay, so I haven't done it like many times, but I have definitely
Toss the salad.
ate some groceries
Just toss
Okay.
the salad.
before.
Okay, and
Yes.
he liked it, or
Loved it.
she
Loved it. He loved it.
And you've also been tied to various things.
I have been tied up. I've been spanked.
That
I've been
is
slapped.
great.
I've been poked, prodded, all kind of shit. Every single hole with a woman.
Okay.
Without like all kind of
like
shit.
all the holes.
All the holes.
Every
That's
hole.
too much to do all the time for you.
That's kink sex.
Yeah.
But that's
But
not something
some-
that you would like to do like on a regular. Or
No, absolutely. not.
No, definitely not. I like that
Like,
kind of
you
shit.
might
Like
ask
that
all
kind
the
of shit for
time,
me is
yes.
regular. Like I be like, I need to feel
Yes.
I need to feel this dick all in my canal every single time.
But why
For me
can't
to
you
bring it
have
up
regular
in.
sex and the dick still be in your canal? I don't understand. What's,
Because it be like, this is like okay dick. Like
I like okay dick.
Okay, but you're having okay dick with a long-term boo. Think about when you didn't have this
Yeah.
long-term boo. Were you having okay dick or vanilla sex with the guys that you were fucking?
Yes.
And you were
Also,
okay with
I was
that?
also very kinky too. But like
Yeah.
majority of the time, I want to be in either a missionary position or a doggy style position, and I want to hug and I want to kiss and I want to talk.
Oh,
and
you're so
stuff.
sensual. You like
yeah,
that.
I think
I
that,
like that shit too.
and I don't. Okay,
I love that
Yes, I'm
shit.
not.
okay. So I think
I'm
I
just
think
totally
we're
good.
agreeing then.
Totally get it.
I think we're just speaking different languages.
I
So,
agree.
but I don't think that enough people appreciate just regular ass sex.
It's true. I mean,
Yeah.
when you look at porn, when you look at media, it's like choke me, spank me, pull my hair. Like it's all the time.
And then it seems like men kind of want you to become that. You know, you kind of have to like
definitely.
break
It's
them
a fantasy,
down.
though.
Like, no.
It's a total.
No.
Yes, it's a
I'm a
fantasy,
real
for
ass
sure.
No.
bitch right now.
I'm
That's
not going to be deep throating your dick every time I give you head.
To where
I'm
I'm
nigga.
crying.
Or
No.
I'm throwing up, or I'm actually throwing up on you.
That's
like
not cute.
Maybe I'm
Let's
just
stop.
not the freakiest. I love sex. I'm a very sexual being, but maybe I'm just not the freakiest because I don't want to be choking and crying and like gagging every time I give you head. Like that shit's not
maybe
fun.
like
to me.
3
It's
times.
fun when I'm like
times a week.
into it, you know, like when I'm
Yeah.
like, ooh, I'm about to, ooh, and I'm just really
Ooh.
into it. Perfect. Like, but let me be into it. Don't be like, yeah, I want you to deep throat my shit. Like, let me
Take
deep throat
this
your
dick,
shit when I
bitch.
want to.
Right. Let me tell you what I wanted back in my
Right.
throat. Shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mhm. I feel
I
like
could have just ate. It don't be asking me to deep throat your dick after we just got back from dinner, nigga. No, because I'm gonna throw up on you. Then you gonna be mad.
Oh, bitch.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
niggas
So-
don't understand that.
They don't understand. And it's like you have to learn how to appreciate men and women, how to appreciate just having regular ass intercourse, and like really getting to know and like feel each other.
that's true. Because then that's what makes it last. Because I will say this. Am I really gonna put him out there? I'm going to. So I feel like with my new boo, our sex time frame is very short.
Okay.
In that short time is pleasurable. However, there is moments where I want to last a long time and have the ability to do my tricks and flips and stuff. But because it's so short, I don't think we get to that vanilla where it's like that sensual and like da 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 da. So I'm like, okay, well let me just get mine. Let's go ahead and get
Right.
mine and stuff. So I don't know how to like segue into like let's just touch each other and look each other in the eye.
You might have to get him a cock ring.
Those
Does
cock
it
rings
work?
Yeah, they do
Okay.
work.
I
They
think I have
definitely
one.
work.
They do work,
Yeah.
but it has
I'm
to be
happy
the right
with
size.
Yeah, because if it's not like you just want it to be like tight, not
Okay.
like hella tight where they can't even like.
Yeah, you don't want
Do
it
you
to
put it
hurt.
on their
Right.
balls too?
You
Like,
can.
They have these ones
I've
where it's like double.
dealt with somebody who did.
Was
Yeah.
it like
have
noticeably
doubles.
It was
different?
like, oh my god.
okay, where can
I
we
tell
go
you, I've had
before
all kinds of-
I'll take
tomorrow?
you to the place.
Can we go before tomorrow? My flight's tomorrow.
Had all of it.
There might be a place up there. You just
Oh,
like, baby, let me borrow
will
the
I
car
take
real
him
quick.
there? He will flip out. I don't even
To
think
the
he's
sex
ready.
store?
I feel like he'll flip out. So I have what's called a treasure chest, and that has like
Valerie
all
is
my
a freak.
toys, all like my loos, all my games, my books, my my outfits, and
Ooh, with the outfit.
the outfits. And so one day I was like, okay, we're getting in on it. And I was like, okay, open this drawer. He didn't know what was in there.
Okay.
And he was like, what? I was like, oh yeah, this is my treasure chest.
It was probably
So I
all
was like,
properly organized. Glass dildo.
I mean, everything, handcuffs, like all of it.
Yes.
And he was like, I just wanted a condom. I was like, I mean,
kind
but
of wanted.
you can
to
also
go to the
choose
next
something
level.
else, you know?
Yeah.
Strawberry condoms,
So I
apple
think- I
condoms,
feel like
yellow
a
condoms,
sex
blue ones.
toy shop, like he might be down, but I think he might just be
But
a
I think-
little bit not ready.
I think that would be a good way to kind of get him introduced to like your
Who you are.
your sensual
Yes,
side,
that's
like
true.
your
That's
sexy
true.
side.
Definitely.
So it might not scare him as much. Like you can't just pop out like like let's get it on, nigga.
No, I
Put this there,
know.
do this, do that. You know, like it might just like kind of ease him into like,
Okay.
okay, this is what she's into, and then he might even like surprise himself and find some shit that he actually likes, or like some stuff that he
Okay.
wants you to try, or like that he's
Yep.
like, oh well, this is
Oh, we're totally
I
doing
kinda-
that. Okay,
yeah.
And
now I
what's,
feel
like,
better
it's
about
just-
it.
It's like intimacy on another level, like especially like in the beginning when you have
Yeah.
that like closeness with somebody. It's just
Yeah.
like we share this experience, and then it ties into like our pleasure points. Because
Yeah.
then like it's hard for us to talk about like sex and what it is that we want,
yeah,
especially in the beginning.
yeah.
When you're trying to like get yours, but like you want to not be so selfish, and it's like that in
And you want to
between.
impress.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like with this, it's like, nigga, I'm letting you letting you know what's up.
You're
like
welcome.
this is the domain that I flourish in.
Yeah.
Come share this with me.
Yeah.
Share this with me.
Come
Honey,
share
come
it.
open
Yes.
your mind. Do y'all still have sex with music on?
Hell yes.
I feel like I stopped doing
No,
that
I don't.
in like my early.
But I totally
20s.
want to. Like Ari Lennox has this song that I'm just like.
And what song is that? Because
Up
I know
Late.
it up late.
I'll be like,
wrote some
Up
good
Late,
dick on
I'll be like, yes,
Holidays.
all of it, and I'm like, I need this to roll through. Up Late
Yes.
again
And again.
So
I used to have Tyrese on like repeat.
Oh no, because Tyrese got some bangers.
Tyrese got
even
some
like
bangers.
his crying song. How you gonna act?
Baby,
like-
no, but he
And I'll
got
be like,
some-
yes.
He got some. I'm trying to fuck the shit out of you right now.
What is that song
You know,
called?
Not on that album.
That
though,
album though.
Straight
That album
fucking-
though.
Yes.
Have you heard Straight
Yes.
Fucking by
Yeah.
Tyrese? Okay, I'ma need y'all
Is it recent?
to YouTube that
hell
bitch.
no.
I don't even know if it's on Apple Music
Because he
it's
doesn't
like
sing anymore.
Oh.
it is a banger, and I know it's on YouTube somewhere.
Okay.
You gonna have to
Straight
pull that
fucking.
out this weekend.
Yes.
But
You're
yeah,
not
so
gonna
I
know.
mean, I don't want the world to think that like I'm not a freak because I am, and that I'm not into like
You don't need
nasty
that.
shit because I am. But I just think that we need to just learn how to take a moment and appreciate regular ass vanilla sex.
I think so, too.
sometimes, and really when you're in a long term
agree.
relationship, like most of the time, because if you think
Yeah.
about it, like when you start, like once you get married and like start having kids and like more responsibility and all kind of shit. Apparently, I don't know because I'm not married and I don't have kids, but apparently your sex life kind of just like, fizzles off a little bit
And I
because your
hear
attention
that
is towards
shit.
other things. So it's like, I think it takes more effort to do, all the freaky shit. So like, if you can just like roll over and like ride him and tell him how much you appreciate him while you're doing it and then ask him to choke you, like just be a little bit vanilla-y in the beginning and like, or just like segue from fucking to love making and just like make it
I mean,
cohesive.
that's
I
a very
agree.
good
That's
combo
a
right
really
there.
great idea. I think
Like I
that's-
don't want to be like,
that's
I don't
feasible.
want my nipples to be like stretched across the room every time.
That shit hurts like a motherfucker. I felt that.
She said stretch though.
No, because that's how
Stretch
that
for the
should be
gods.
feeling.
Girl.
That's how that should be feeling.
But I agree. I think now that we've talked about it, I think I definitely did not appreciate the vanilla. I was just like, look, it's been a while. I've been doing it all by myself for a long time.
I need you to put in work.
Work,
Put it
nigga.
in. But I think for the longevity of the relationship,
It has
you're gonna
to,
have
yeah.
to like evolve,
Right.
Because you're gonna change. You're not gonna want him to like flip you up. I'm like, nigga, I don't like you today. Okay.
Today, but I just want.
I just want to ride. Okay.
That's
I just
it.
want you to eat my
Or
pussy out.
I got
That's it.
9 a.m. meetings.
Yeah. Right.
Bitch,
I got to go to sleep.
I'm not trying to
have
be
to
up
go to
at 3.
sleep.
I'm just that I'm becoming that. I'm getting old. I'm not getting old. God, forgive me for saying that. I'm seasoning. I'm seasoning.
Getting
Well
well
seasoned.
And
Well seasoned.
I need at least 8.5 hours.
I
of
need
sleep.
at least 8.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
I don't function, and I'm a complete bitch when I do not sleep.
I used to be up all night fucking.
All of it. I mean, I'll
and
still
be
be
like
up all night fucking.
good. in
But
the
I
morning.
be
now
tired
I
as
can
shit.
hardly walk. Can't like sit down right.
Your vagina raw. You're like,
Yeah.
wait,
Right.
keep
Like,
on it.
damn.
Yeah, I can't. I gotta go to work. Let's do that on Friday night.
No, because definitely I have good dick on the weekends.
You do?
I can't have, like, every once in a while I'll have it during the week, but that should be fucking me up. And I got to be to work at 5:30 in the morning.
See?
Can I ask, morning sex or like night
Morning sex.
Night sex.
I like night sex. I'm with you.
I mean,
morning sex,
honestly,
I'm like, I ain't brushed my teeth yet. Like,
I feel you. I don't know. I just like, but I'm just a freaky motherfucker because I like sex any time of the day.
But like, if you had
All
to
of it.
choose,
I mean, I definitely would have night sex, definitely. But that morning sex, when the juices is just flowing and they ready,
Yep.
and you just ready to pop up and let it slide on in and get on top.
are you love making in the morning
Oh,
or kinky? Kinky it up.
I hope you're love making in the morning.
yeah, I'm definitely love making in the morning, but I'm always just a mixture of both. Like I have like
Okay.
really like passionate sex, so it's very rough and aggressive, but it's also very like sensual and sexy. Just because like I have an extremely sensual side when it comes to sex, and when I'm like fully in control, nigga, you gonna get all this pussy.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, again, thank you all for tuning in to What the Hasmeen episode 2. I promise we're going to get some drops and some music and some more segments.
We
and
gonna
some
get
more
it,
shit
though.
going on.
Yes,
But this is just a dream of mine, and I just have to keep doing it. Like, even though it's not all together, I just got to keep doing the shit. So thank you to my lovely co-hosts, Miss Valerie and Miss Erin. And I am
Thank you,
Hasmeen.
thank you.
And our friend Brittany. Brittany, come here. Come get on
shout
the
out
really
Brittany
quick.
in the corner.
Come over.
Hey everybody.
We
Shout out to
haven't
class
seen
of
you
2014 at Howard University. We're celebrating our 5-year reunion. Hey, turn up, fuck it up. Yeah.
Y'all ain't
love it.
HU16 though. I just gotta throw that out there. Well, thank you everyone. Bye bye.
Yes, bye.
Until next time. Oh, should we do our dance?
Oh, we gotta do it on beat though.
Okay.
Wait, that's not
Ready?
what we were doing.
1,
Which
2,
way we going?
3.
I don't know.
Where are we doing this?
She's like,
You know what? I was looking
We'll
at
have
the
some
camera.
music. We'll have some music to do this too soon. But
Right,
in the
so-
meantime, y'all just gonna get this way.
Hey.
Hey.
All right. Good night, y'all. Mwah.
Peace. Yay! Great job.